God says, "My child, I am speaking directly to your spirit right now because today, on this very day, October 24th, the heavens have stirred, and Archangel Michael has descended to deliver a message that cannot wait. The light of divine truth has been disturbed, and I have felt the tremor of your heart as it wandered away from the path that was once clear and radiant. You must listen carefully, for this is not to frighten you but to awaken you, because I love you far too deeply to let you fall into the shadows that are quietly surrounding your destiny. Today, my voice thunders not in wrath alone, but in desperate love that wants to rescue you before it's too late. Archangel Michael stands by your side now, holding the flaming sword of truth. His wings are trembling not because he fears the darkness, but because he feels your pain. You have made a mistake, something that might have seemed small or harmless, but in the spiritual realm, it has created a ripple that echoes through every angel assigned to your life. There are unseen forces that are trying to use this error against you, to accuse you before me. Michael is fighting on your behalf right now, and that is why you must not turn away. Do not hide from me, for your hiding delays your healing. I am not here to condemn you, but to lift you from the weight that is crushing your spirit. My beloved, you must understand something very clearly today: divine anger is not like human anger. My anger is born from love, from seeing you drift toward danger while ignoring the warnings of your soul. It is not rage that burns against you, but passion that refuses to let you destroy the beautiful future I prepared for you. When I say I am angry, it means I am moved, deeply moved, to correct your path, to restore what was broken, to make you see what you have forgotten. This is your moment to return to me fully. Stop letting guilt or pride silence the cry of your spirit. I am calling your name softly but firmly, because I still have great plans for you. There was a moment recently when you said or did something without realizing the weight of it. You may have hurt someone unintentionally, spoken out of fear, or made a decision without prayer. That small choice created a distance between your heart and my light. Michael saw it. He pleaded with me, saying, "Father, give them another chance. They do not see what they've done." And I, in my mercy, said yes. That is why this message is reaching you today, because heaven refused to stay silent while you wandered further away. This is your second chance, your divine interception before consequences unfold beyond your control. Michael is standing near you now. You may not see him, but you will feel a stirring, a strange warmth, a sudden tightness in your chest, or a tingling on your skin. That is not your imagination. It is the presence of the angel sent to defend your soul. He is whispering, "Do not be afraid, but do not take this lightly. Heaven has given you this warning out of love, not punishment." What you are being asked to do right now is simple. Stop running, stop hiding, stop pretending that what you did doesn't matter. Bring it before me. Speak it aloud in your own words, with sincerity, and ask me to cleanse your heart. My forgiveness is immediate when you are honest. You see, child, the enemy has been watching you closely. He waited for a moment of weakness, a moment when you were tired, lonely, or overwhelmed. That's when he slipped the whisper into your mind, "It's not a big deal." But every compromise becomes a doorway, and through that doorway, darkness tries to claim rights to your peace. This is what Archangel Michael is fighting against right now. He is closing that doorway before it grows wider. But you must cooperate. You must pray. Say, "Father, forgive me, I return to you." When those words leave your mouth, the gates of heaven will open and pour light back into your path. My child, do not think that because I am angry, I have abandoned you. No, my anger is evidence of my involvement. When I am silent, it means I am allowing you to learn. But when I speak loudly through signs, warnings, or messages like this, it means heaven has intervened. I have seen where your path was leading, and I could not bear to watch you lose everything you've built spiritually. I am protecting something within you, your destiny, your calling, your promise. You might not see the full picture, but there is a hidden plan that depends on your obedience today. Do not dare ignore this call. Do not dare treat it as coincidence. For even now, time is shifting, and angels are moving pieces in your life to give you another opening for grace. The clock of divine mercy has not run out, but it is moving fast. Michael is watching over your family, your health, and your purpose. He has seen the traps that others tried to set for you. There are people who spoke ill of you, and their words carried spiritual weight, creating invisible chains around your favor. But today, I am breaking those chains, but only if you turn back to me. You may be wondering what the mistake truly is. Listen quietly to your heart right now. That unease you feel is the Spirit revealing it to you. It may not be about one action, but a pattern of neglecting prayer, doubting yourself, or failing to trust me when I asked you to. Each time you chose fear over faith, a layer of distance formed between us. That is what made me angry, not the act itself, but the distance it created. I want you close again. I want to restore the closeness that once made you feel alive. Remember when you used to talk to me freely, when you believed I was listening? That is what I'm calling you back to now. Archangel Michael says this is not a small moment, it's a crossroad. You are standing between two timelines, one of divine restoration, and one of unnecessary struggle. The mistake can still be undone if you surrender quickly. Heaven is not asking for perfection, but humility. Say, "God, I'm sorry. I've been distracted. I've forgotten how close you really are." When you do that, I will immediately send peace to your spirit. Your heart will calm, your confusion will lift, and suddenly you will sense clarity where chaos once lived. That is the power of my forgiveness. It erases guilt and restores destiny in the same breath. Do not be afraid of my anger. My anger is love in its fiercest form. It is the flame that burns away the darkness trying to possess what belongs to me. When a parent sees their child running into danger, their voice rises, not because they hate the child, but because they refuse to let them perish. That is what is happening today. I am shouting into your life through this message because your future matters. You are not ordinary, you are chosen. You have a mission that touches lives beyond your understanding, and that's why the enemy fought so hard to make you fall. But he will fail, because you are mine. There is something else you must know. Recently, someone around you tried to influence your choices, a person who doesn't carry my light. They may not mean harm, but their advice comes from fear, not faith. Be careful whom you listen to. Not every friendly voice is angelic. Some are guided by confusion and bitterness. If you take their words to heart, you may miss my direction. Archangel Michael is surrounding you with divine discernment today. You will notice certain people suddenly grow quiet, or certain plans begin to fall apart. Don't panic. That is me removing interference from your spiritual frequency so that you can hear me clearly again. Tonight, when the world quiets, I want you to spend just a few minutes alone. Sit in silence and whisper, God, I know you're here. I'm ready to make things right. And wait. You will feel a soft energy in the air, a sign that Michael and his host of angels are sealing your heart again. You may feel emotional, even cry, but that is cleansing. Let it happen. Tears are sacred, they are proof that the heart still feels. Every tear you shed is being collected in the hands of angels and lifted to me as a prayer. Do not think for a moment that this is hopeless. The fact that you are reading this right now proves that grace is still working in your favor. If I were done with you, I would not send this warning. This is my act of love. My child, stop punishing yourself. You cannot fix the past by replaying it in your mind. You can only transform it by surrendering it to me. Every mistake you've made can become a testimony if you let me rewrite the story. Do you not remember? I am the God who turns ashes into beauty, betrayal into breakthrough, tears into triumph. Archangel Michael says your name has been mentioned in the courts of heaven. There was a conversation about your destiny, about how close you are to your breakthrough. But this mistake almost delayed it. Heaven, however, has voted for mercy. You have another chance to rise stronger than before. The angels are preparing to clear your path, but they cannot do it unless your heart aligns with mine. That is why today's message matters. This is not about punishment, it's about realignment. You must realign your thoughts, your words, and your intentions with my will. From this day forward, be mindful of what you speak. Your words are powerful, they either build or break. When you speak in anger, you create spiritual cracks in your blessings. When you speak in faith, you attract miracles. So use your voice to create light. Every time you say, God is with me, you strengthen the armor Michael places around you. Every time you say, I forgive, you break chains that demons try to rebuild. Every time you say, I trust you, God, you invite the supernatural to intervene. Do not let guilt consume you. Guilt is not from me. Conviction is from me. It guides you toward restoration, but guilt is a weapon of the enemy to keep you from trying. Stand up now, spiritually. I forgive you. I have already erased your mistake from my record. What remains is your decision to walk free. Stop revisiting what I have already redeemed. Your future begins again today, this moment. Archangel Michael is lifting his sword right now as a symbol of victory. He declares, by the authority of the Most High, this soul is redeemed. You are no longer bound by what you did wrong, you are being refined by what you learned. Heaven rejoices when a child returns, not when they stay perfect. That's why I'm calling you home. I know you've been feeling distant from me lately, questioning whether I still listen. But I have never stopped hearing you. Even your silent cries, the ones you thought no one heard, reached me. I have seen your sleepless nights, your regrets, your hidden worries. And though I was silent, I was never absent. I allowed certain storms to teach you strength, and certain silences to sharpen your discernment. But now the silence breaks, because this season requires clarity. Do not fear my anger, fear missing my grace. Every time you ignore a divine warning, you close a door that takes longer to reopen. So take this as your final warning before a new wave of blessings arrives. The test is not over, but the answers have already been placed in your heart. Trust that if you follow the inner peace that comes after confession, you will be guided safely. I am not done with you. You still have a purpose that will shock even your enemies. The same people who doubted you will one day say, God's hand was truly on them. But to reach that point, you must cleanse your spirit today. Lay your pride down, let humility guide you, and I promise the next 7 days will bring signs of restoration you cannot deny. My anger has now softened, because you are listening. Michael's tears have stopped, for he sees repentance in your heart. Heaven is smiling again, for the balance is being restored. My love for you is infinite, unconditional, and unshaken. Though you made a mistake, my grace has made a miracle out of it. You will look back and realize this was not punishment, it was protection. I stopped you because I love you. Go now and pray. Speak to me from your heart, not from memorized words. Tell me everything. Let my spirit comfort you. Let my angels surround you. I am with you still, stronger, closer, and more merciful than you can imagine. You are forgiven. You are safe. You are mine, God says, my beloved child. Listen carefully now because this message is not like the others you've seen before. This one is trembling with divine urgency, wrapped in heavenly electricity, vibrating through the very air around you. Today is October 24th, and heaven has turned its attention completely toward you. The angels have stopped in silence, and Archangel Michael himself has descended with a stern face, holding his blazing sword of light. God is not speaking to the world right now, He is speaking only to you. The truth that must be said cannot wait any longer. God is angry, not because he hates you, but because his love for you runs so deep that your mistake pierced through his holy heart like a cry in the middle of eternity. You have made a serious mistake, and heaven wants you to understand what that means. But listen, this message is not to destroy you. It is to rebuild you before the time runs out. You have walked a path lately that even you know has been dimmed by confusion, fear, and impatience. There was a choice you made, or a moment you ignored, where your heart whispered the right thing to do, but your mind silenced it. God saw it. He saw how you tried to justify it, how you thought, maybe it doesn't matter that much, how you said to yourself, God will understand. And yes, he does understand, but his understanding does not erase truth. When you went against that inner command, that moment where your soul told you to stop or speak or confess or forgive, you stepped away from divine timing, and now heaven is pulling you back, fast. Archangel Michael is standing close, his wings trembling with both compassion and command. His eyes burn like golden fire as he says, "Do not dare to run from this correction. Do not hide behind excuses, pride, or fear. Heaven's patience has reached its edge. You have been given too many warnings, too many signs, too many gentle taps on your shoulder, and you ignored them." Michael's voice shakes the spiritual realm as he says, "The Father's anger is not cruelty, it is the fierce love of a Creator who refuses to lose his creation to darkness." You see, God is not punishing you for the mistake itself. He is grieved that you let the mistake harden your heart. He gave you moments to confess it, to admit what you did or what you allowed, but instead, you looked away and told yourself that time would fix it. Time doesn't heal what hasn't been brought into the light. God's anger today is the sound of heaven refusing to let you destroy yourself through silence and denial. He is shaking your world not to break it, but to open your eyes before something worse happens. Right now, heaven's realm is watching closely. Angels are recording every thought that passes through you. They see how regret is forming inside you, how tears are rising in your spirit even as you read this. God's mercy is moving, but He's also demanding obedience. You cannot move forward into the blessings, the promises, or the miracles that are waiting until you correct this mistake. And you already know what it is. You don't need me to name it, you've felt it haunting your chest, lingering behind every prayer, blocking your peace, and making you restless at night. God says, enough. This is your moment to stop pretending you don't hear me. This is your moment to face what you've done. To face who you've hurt, to face what you've avoided. My love will not excuse your sin, my love will redeem you when you bring it to me. Do not let shame convince you that I won't forgive you. I am not rejecting you. I am calling you back. But if you continue ignoring me, you will close doors I opened for you. You will lose what I wanted you to carry. You will see opportunities fade that were meant to lift your life into divine favor. I do not want that to happen, but the decision now belongs to you. Archangel Michael whispers beside you, you cannot delay this anymore. Do not dare to ignore heaven's command. His sword glows brighter as he places it over your life. He says, "This sword is not to harm you, it is to cut away the spiritual chains that your mistake created." Every wrong decision creates an energy field, a blockage that binds your blessings, your mind, and your peace. When you admit the truth before God, when you fall on your knees and say, "Lord, I have sinned, forgive me," that sword strikes through the chain and releases divine light again. You have been under a spiritual storm lately. You've been wondering why your prayers felt unanswered, why your joy felt dimmed, why people's energy around you felt heavy. It's because the mistake created a veil over your spiritual frequency. God didn't stop listening, you stopped aligning. Heaven cannot pour blessings into a vessel that is holding hidden guilt. That is why today's message is so urgent. This is not about punishment. This is about restoration. This is about getting you back into alignment before it's too late, before what was supposed to bless you turns into something that burdens you. The anger of God is different from the anger of man. When man gets angry, he seeks revenge. When God gets angry, he seeks redemption. His anger is a roar that wakes up the sleeping soul. He shakes your world not to destroy it but to break the chains that have been silently tightening around you. Every sleepless night, every strange coincidence, every unshakable thought of guilt, these were heaven's alarms ringing, saying, "Return to the truth." You kept silencing them, but today is the day you can't ignore them anymore. Heaven has drawn the line. There are spiritual consequences that follow unconfessed actions. It's not about hellfire or wrath, it's about energy. Every time you resist God's correction, you create imbalance. That imbalance manifests as delay, confusion, emotional heaviness, sudden loss of motivation, or unexplained sadness. God's anger is that energy reaching its breaking point. He wants to cleanse it from your soul before it affects your destiny path. You've been carrying something that doesn't belong to you anymore, a weight of guilt, of pride, or of denial. Release it. Heaven is waiting to purify it right now. God says, "I have not abandoned you. I have been beside you even when you lied to yourself. I watched you weep when no one saw, and I felt your fear when you thought I was silent. I am not silent, I am strategic. My delay was your test. You were supposed to realize what went wrong, but since you did not, I am sending this message through my angel to wake you up." Archangel Michael kneels beside you spiritually. His wings create a radiant circle of light, surrounding you with warmth that feels like both warning and love. "Do not dare to ignore this," he repeats softly. "The heavens have been patient, but patience has a season. That season ends today." You might feel scared reading this, but don't let fear paralyze you. Let it purify you. Fear of the Lord is not terror, it is awareness. It means you recognize that your life is not random, your choices are sacred, and your soul carries eternal weight. The fact that God still talks to you proves He hasn't given up on you. The fact that Michael still guards you proves heaven still sees potential in you. But if you keep running, if you keep pretending, that protection will lift, and your life will spiral in confusion until you surrender. God says, "My anger lasts only a moment, but my mercy lasts forever. Return to me and I will restore everything." Confess what you did, even if it's only to me. Fix what you can fix. Forgive the person you wronged, or ask forgiveness. God says, Archangel Michael says, today on October 24th. Heaven trembles because something has gone wrong. You have made a serious mistake, one that has disturbed the balance of what God has been aligning for you. Yet even as this message reaches you, the mercy of God still covers your name. He is not sending this to destroy you, He is sending this to awaken you. The angels have been watching you closely, whispering around you, guarding you, but lately, they have been quiet, not because they left you, but because you stopped listening. The silence you've been feeling is not absence, it is heaven waiting for you to understand what you have done. Archangel Michael stands before the throne of God with a sword of light in his hand, his wings trembling with emotion. Because you have touched something sacred, something God told you not to touch. Maybe it was not physical. Maybe it was a choice, a word, a thought, a promise broken. Heaven saw it. You thought no one noticed. But heaven always notices. And today, Michael speaks not to condemn you, but to pull you back from the edge you didn't even see you were standing on. You were chosen to carry light, to reflect heaven's goodness, but lately, you've let certain shadows follow you too closely. You allowed doubt to creep in, anger to stay longer than it should, and fear to guide some of your decisions. That's where the mistake began. God isn't angry because you failed, He's angry because you forgot who you are. You forgot that you were made in His image, that His Spirit moves in your breath, that your life has purpose beyond the noise and pressure around you. He says, "My child, why have you let the world make you forget me?" Archangel Michael has been trying to reach you for days. He tried through signs, numbers repeating before your eyes, sudden chills when you thought of something sacred, dreams you quickly dismissed as imagination. Those were not coincidences. Those were calls from heaven, trying to pull you out of a danger you didn't know was forming. There is something connected to your mistake that is still unfolding. But the grace of God can stop it, if you turn your heart back now. There is someone around you who has been influencing your spirit, maybe not directly, but emotionally or mentally. God says this person carries confusion like a cloak, and you absorbed some of it unknowingly. You started making decisions not from faith but from fear. You spoke words that cut your own path short. You were meant to wait for God's timing, but impatience led you to act before heaven released the green light. That was the moment everything shifted. Heaven saw you take a step you weren't meant to take yet. Michael says, the good news is, you can still correct it. Heaven is not closing its doors on you, it's opening them wider so that you can walk through in humility. God's anger is not like human anger. When He says He is angry, he means he is deeply hurt that his child is drifting away. He loves you enough to confront you. His voice shakes the earth not because he wants to destroy, but because he wants to protect. He is protecting you even now from something you invited unknowingly. In the spiritual realm, words are keys. Actions open portals. Thoughts plant seeds. Lately, you have been using your keys on the wrong doors. You've said things you didn't mean, but words have energy, and heaven takes them seriously. You have allowed your thoughts to dwell too long in fear and resentment, and those thoughts began to build walls between you and your destiny. God says, tear those walls down before they become permanent. Michael stands beside you even now, holding a shield that has your name engraved on it. He says your mistake does not cancel your calling. Your failure does not erase your future. But you must repent, not in shame, but in surrender. Let your tears cleanse you. Let your silence speak your apology to God. He is not waiting for perfect words, he is waiting for a humble heart. Do not let guilt make you hide. Guilt is not from God, conviction is. The difference is that conviction draws you closer, while guilt drives you away. Michael says that you have felt that inner storm, the tension between running and staying, between praying and giving up. That storm is the battle for your soul, and right now, heaven is declaring that you are still redeemable, still chosen, still capable of greatness. There is a divine reason why you are seeing this message today, October 24th, heaven timed it precisely. There are no coincidences in God's calendar. This message is heaven's intervention. You were about to take another wrong step, one that would have cost you a promise you've waited years for. God stopped you here. He's saying, don't move until I tell you. The next move you make must come from prayer, not pressure. Michael warns that spiritual battles are intensifying. The enemy has been studying your weaknesses, waiting for moments when you are tired or disappointed. But what he didn't expect was that God would step in now. God says, I'm blocking what was meant to break you, but you must stop touching what I told you to release. There's something, or someone, you keep going back to, even after heaven warned you. That is part of the mistake. You can't heal in the same place that hurt you. You can't expect light to grow where deception lives. The angels are not punishing you, they are reordering your life. That's why certain things have been falling apart, certain people leaving, certain doors closing unexpectedly. You thought it was loss. Heaven says it was protection. God allowed this shaking so that nothing false could stay standing in your life. The mistake might have delayed your progress, but it did not cancel your destiny. God's love is too vast for that. Heaven says, you have been carrying burdens that were never yours. You've been trying to fix people God asked you to release. You've been trying to explain yourself to those who never wanted to understand you. That has drained your spirit, blurred your focus, and weakened your faith. Today, God says, stop explaining. Start listening. Listen to that quiet voice inside you. It's not your imagination, it's me. Michael says he saw your tears when no one did. He saw the guilt you tried to hide under laughter. He saw how you prayed but didn't feel anything, and you wondered if God had left you. Heaven never left you. You just built walls too high for the light to pass through. But the good news is, walls can fall in one moment. One prayer can change everything. God's anger will pass when you humble yourself. Do not fear His anger, fear separation from Him. The mistake you made may have spiritual consequences, but His mercy covers it all. You are not being punished, you are being purified. Fire is painful, but it refines gold. Heaven is refining you now because something greater is coming. Michael says, you are not lost, you are learning. The angels have surrounded your home even as you read this. They are guarding your sleep, your steps, and your spirit. You have not been abandoned. God would not send a message this strong unless He still had a purpose for you. He is angry, yes, but only because He loves you too much to let you stay where you are. Heaven says the atmosphere around you will begin to change as soon as you repent and pray with sincerity. You will feel lighter, as if a weight has been lifted. You will start to notice peace returning. That's how you'll know heaven has heard you. You don't need to perform, you just need to return. God says, I have seen your mistakes, but I have also seen your pain. I have seen your weakness, but I have also seen your potential. I will use even your failure to glorify my name. Every time you fell, God counted it as a lesson, not a disqualification. The only real failure is refusing to rise again. And you will rise. Michael adds that your name has not been erased from heaven's book. The angels still speak it with reverence. Your destiny is still written in light. You have delayed it, but you have not destroyed it. This is your moment of alignment. Heaven is calling you back home. In the coming days, you may feel more emotional than usual. That's not instability, it's spiritual sensitivity. Heaven is softening your heart so you can hear again. Don't resist the tears. Don't run from silence. In silence, God speaks the loudest. God says, remember when I protected you when you didn't deserve it? Remember the times I blessed you even when you were far from me? That same mercy still covers you. My anger is momentary, my love is eternal. You may not realize this yet, but your mistake will become your testimony. One day you will tell others how God pulled you out of the pit you dug yourself into. That story will save others. You are not being destroyed, you are being prepared to deliver others. Michael reminds you to guard your words in this season. Speak life only. Don't curse yourself with fear. Don't say I can't. Say God can. Replace worry with worship. The moment you do that, darkness loses its grip. You must also forgive yourself. Heaven already has. What offends God most is not your failure, it's when you act as though His mercy isn't enough. Trust His forgiveness. Let it cleanse you. Right now, the angels are rearranging things around you, relationships, opportunities, plans. Some of it may look like loss, but it's divine surgery. God is cutting away what poisons your spirit. He's removing distractions so that His voice becomes clear again. He says, "Do not fear my correction. Those I love, I correct." Correction is a sign of belonging, not rejection. If God is confronting you, it's proof that you are still His. Heaven is writing a new chapter for you even as you read this. Your mistake is not the end of your story. It's the turning point. You're about to see why everything had to happen this way. The anger of God lasts a moment, but His favor lasts a lifetime. You will soon feel a peace that doesn't make sense. That will be your confirmation that heaven has forgiven you. You will dream again, hope again, and see signs again. The spiritual silence will break. Michael will speak to you again in your dreams and through sudden intuition. When that happens, thank God, not with fear, but with love. He says, "My child, I am not against you. I am against what is against you. My anger is directed toward the forces that want to separate you from me. So return to me, and I will return to you. You are still chosen. You are still loved. Heaven has not changed its mind about you." Today, October 24th, will be remembered in heaven as the day you turned back. Michael raises his sword of light and declares, "Let all that was against this soul be broken. Let mercy reign." And heaven echoes, "Amen." Now breathe deeply. Feel that warmth? That's forgiveness entering your spirit. God's presence is wrapping around you like fire and peace at once. You are being renewed. From this moment, speak differently, think differently, walk differently. Heaven has reset your destiny. God says, "I am angry no more. I have chosen to show mercy again. You are safe. You are protected. You are loved. Trust God. Pray to Him. Stay humble, and you will see miracles unfold before the next sunrise. God will be with you. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You just have to trust God and pray to Him. Something. There has been a serious spiritual imbalance, a choice made in haste, a word spoken in frustration, or a thought carried too far into the darkness. And yet, in that moment, even when God saw the mistake, He didn't turn His face away from you.